Okay, so let's break down a really powerful digital strategy. It's one that does something kind of remarkable. It turns a nonprofit's core mission into a self sustaining engine for growth. Basically, the very act of helping people becomes the fuel that funds the work. It's pretty cool. And to show you how this works in the real world, we're going to look at Healing Broken Vessels, or HBV. They're a community focused nonprofit, and their whole mission is to give women the tools they need to rebuild and thrive. They are the perfect example for the challenge we're about to dive into. And this brings us right to the heart of the problem for so many nonprofits. You know the one. How in the world do you find and serve the people who need you, while also finding the donors to make it all possible? It often feels like you're trying to do two completely different jobs at the same time. So, yeah, how do you bridge that gap? What Healing Broken Vessels needed was a single strategy, something unified that could connect their service delivery directly to their fundraising, creating a system where one activity just naturally feeds the other. Think about it like this, right? On one hand, you're out there trying to find women who need practical help, like computer training or personal empowerment workshops. And on the other hand, you're searching for donors to actually fund those programs. The strategy we're about to explore basically takes these two separate goals and merges them into one single powerful flow. So, where do you even begin? Well, this whole thing kicks off by leading with generosity. Instead of asking for money right out of the gate, the idea is to attract a really wide audience by offering them genuine, valuable help for free. We call this the top of the funnel. And this is how you power it. $10,000. But hold on, this isn't a cash grant for salaries or rent. Nope. This is a monthly budget for free advertising. And for a nonprofit that qualifies, it is an absolute game changer. It's called the Google Ad Grant. And what it does is give organizations like HEVU $10,000 every single month in free search ads. That means when someone is in a real moment of need, searching for help online, a small, local nonprofit can be the very first thing they see. It's incredible. Let me walk you through exactly what this journey looks like. A woman is searching for help, maybe something like job training for women. Thanks to that grant, a link to a free resource from HBV pops up right at the top. She clicks, and she downloads a genuinely helpful guide, not a donation form. And in that one moment, a relationship starts, a connection built on trust, because she received real value and no one asked her for a single thing in return. Okay, so you've built that initial trust. How do you turn that into something more? Well, once that connection is there, the strategy shifts to deepening the relationship. This is the middle of the funnel, and it's where you start offering low-cost digital products that can deliver your mission on a much, much larger scale. Now, the heart of this entire model is what we call a signature digital product. For HBV, it's a guided journey called Restored. You have to understand, this isn't just some product they're selling. It's a tangible expression of their mission, specifically designed to give women substantial, structured support at a massive scale. And just look at the value here. We're not talking about a flimsy PDF. This is a full-on 6-week curriculum. It covers everything from rebuilding identity and worth in week 1, all the way to building practical life skills in week 5. You can literally see how this directly delivers on their promise to educate and empower. What's really smart is that the pricing itself is woven into the mission. Sure, there's a standard price and a pay-what-you-can option, but the most important one is right there at the end: sponsor a woman. That one little choice completely reframes the whole thing. A simple purchase is instantly transformed into a direct act of giving. And that leads us to the final, and I think most powerful stage of the funnel. You've built trust. You've delivered real value. So now you can invite this engaged community into a much deeper, long-term partnership. This is the shift from just making transactions to creating true participation. So the whole point is to create this major psychological shift. The goal is to move people away from thinking, I'm donating, which feels kind of transactional, and get them to a place where they feel, I belong to something. It's all about building a community, not just a donor list. And the way you do that is with a monthly giving circle. Here, it's framed as the Restoration Partners. You see, it's not just a recurring donation form. It's a membership. It's a community for people who want to be part of the solution month in and month out. And being a member comes with real perks. We're talking exclusive content, video updates on the impact they're making, early access to new stuff. All things that really reinforce that feeling of being an insider. It gives them the knowledge that they are a true part of a healing community. All right, let's pull all these pieces together and see how they lock into place. This is where the strategy really becomes that virtuous cycle we talked about, a genuine growth engine that is fueled by the mission itself. So here it is, the entire pathway, all mapped out. It starts with awareness, paid for by that Google grant. That leads to the free entry point, which builds your list and trust. From there, the core offer, that restored course, generates revenue and delivers the mission at scale. And finally, you have Ascension, where people join the giving circle for stable long-term support. See how each step just logically flows right into the next? And here is where the whole model becomes ridiculously efficient. Think about all the content created for that one restored course, the videos, the text, the themes. Well, all of that can be sliced and diced and repurposed into a whole year's worth of social media posts, emails, blog articles, and donor updates. That one core product fuels pretty much all their marketing. This really sums up the whole philosophy beautifully. With this model, you're not just selling a product, it becomes ministry. You're not just running ads, you're sending an invitation. And you're not just asking for donations, you're inviting people to participate in the act of healing itself. So we'll end with this thought, something for you to chew on. What if this model completely flips the old fundraising script on its head? What if the most sustainable way for a nonprofit to actually grow isn't by finding clever new ways to ask for money, but by finding powerful new ways to serve?